from Live TV. I am Bimbola Ojo, and with me is our Father in the Lord, Reverend Dr. Seun Orebiyi. Sir, you're most welcome, sir.
Thank you.
On the last episode, we looked at wisdom for parenting, and today we'll be looking at agreements in parenting. Don't forget, the number you can reach us on is 234-085428-1604. I repeat, +234-805428-1604. Sir, can you please shed more light on this topic?
Well, I appreciate the privilege of being on the studio once again, and I give God all the glory and all the honor, and I pray that God will help parents out there to be able to make great use of all this information being given out, online for free, so that we can be able to be a better parent. And so, because we're going to give accounts of how we raise the children that God gave us.
Sure.
So, and it's something that parents need to acquire the skill and knowledge, like we said the last time, on how to raise glorious and godly and God-fearing children. So, and then also our discussion today, agreement in parenting is very, very important. Just like we look at reward and award the last time, agreement in parenting is what many parents take for granted. They don't know, because the word of God said in Amos 3 verse 3, Bible says, can two work together unless they agree? That means two people cannot work together except they agree. So what that simply implies is that for one to raise, or for parents to raise glorious and godly and God-fearing children, they both must agree on what they would do to be able to raise those children.
Yes, sir.
They both must, the father, the mother must agree on the principle they will use to raise those glorious children. The father, the mother must agree on the kind of method they will apply to raise those children. Because this will help them to be able to be balanced in raising their children. Because one thing I've noticed with children, because like I said, I do a lot of study on them, and I'm still studying them more. Because I hope and end up being a specialist as a parent in parenting, as a pastor. Because I just want to see how we can work on the new generation of couple, to be able to work on the new generation of children that will be coming up on the earth. The ones we have today, honestly, is only God that can save us, from the end. So how can we work on the next generation to make them better? And that is just the whole burden and the essence of all this reading and studying. So now, to be able to raise a wonderful child or children, as parents, there must be agreement in how they will raise them.
Sure.
Let's take an instance. If the father and the mother agree that this method we are using to raise our children, as they be coming forth one after the other, then the father and the mother will know whenever each of them or either of them is disciplining any of the child, they both will agree.
Okay.
Why now? What do I mean by that is that I've seen instances and situations whereby a child is meant to be disciplined, and the father did this. The mother came and began to quarrel with the father. Right there in front of the child. There was no agreement. Oh, why will you do that to him? Why will you do that to him? That is so unfair. Why are you beating him like that? Why are you scolding him like that? Now they are doing that before the child that one of them has just punished. Now that child will not grow up and yield to those instructions, because the child have been able to observe the two of them that they have not agreed. So the child will do that thing in different versions at different times, knowing fully well that he or she can run to either of them for console, for comfort at that point in time. But if they both agree and whatever you do to the child is our child, so I know you can't be wicked to this child, so whatever you do, I'm going to agree with you, and whatever you do, I'm going to agree with you, but let us not be wicked to them. Whatever we are doing to them will be normal thing, that it will not result in the wickedness. So that way, when the father is punishing any of the children, the wife will agree. And by the time the wife will appear, and what happened? Hey, no, Junior, why will you do that? Daddy, what you do to daddy is not good. That which daddy say you have done is not right. Don't do that next time. Now the child will listen, because the child could not find where to run to. So, but if the mother come or the father come and it's not you have been wicked on this boy, you have been wicked on this child, and the child will not go to that one and begin to weep. And then so the person will take the child away. So the person has been able to get someone to seek comfort in at that point in time. So the child will never know that which he or she has done is wrong. Why? Because one of them is able to embrace him or her at that moment. So that means they both have not agreed on what they can do and what they should do to raise their children. So, and another instance is, let's say for instance, the father believed that we should buy this child sweets. Okay. And the mother believed that, oh, if you buy this child sweets, she was remembering from her own growing up days that they told her don't lick sweet, don't eat chewing-gum, but she ate all those things, and she had toothache because they had to remove one of the teeth. So the mother was remembering that experience. He said, no, don't let us buy him sweet, don't let us buy her sweet. But this one said, no, my child must lick sweet, my child must eat biscuit, because he didn't have the same experience as the wife. Now, if they buy the stuff in the house, I believe the one that wants the child to have it will be given to the child, and the one that does not want the child to have it will be taken from the child, and the child will be like, oh, this person is wicked. Now, before you know what is happening, the child begins to see one of the parents as being wicked. Why? Because the child does not know why they both are telling him or her to go right, and one is saying go left, one is saying go right, one is saying go. So many a times the child will be left in confusion. So, and there is these are two instances that will help us to see clearly that when parents need to discipline their children, the father, the mother must sit down. Wherever you are watching us on this series, you must sit down with your husband or sit down with your spouse and discuss on the method you guys will use to raise your children. If you want to raise them by by reward or by award or by scolding them, by disciplining them, you must agree. And whoever is disciplining the child part time, the other person or the other spouse must not come and start disagreeing with the parents right before the child. It's not appropriate. It's not good. Such a child will not learn the lesson that you both want him or her to learn. But when the child see you both in agreement to raise him or her, the child will know that there is no place to run to, and what he or she has done is wrong for either of you to have disciplined him or her. So the child will correct himself, or the child will yield to correction and not do that again. But if you did not agree, the child is bound to continue in that act, because the child knows that at every point in time, he or she will find solace either in the father or the mother or whoever is agreeing with what has been done at that very present time.
Okay, thank you so very much, sir. Don't forget, our viewers, the number at which you can reach us on is +234 8054 281604. WhatsApp only. Sir, I want you to throw more light again on preferential treatment, because most times we've heard cases and reports of, the favorite in the family, the mommy loves this person, daddy loves this person, and as a result, if correction is being carried out on any of the parents, one will feel slighted. What can you say about that?
Well, many a times the preferential treatment is not a made up stuff that either parent want to do. That means there is no time either parent will have sat down and say, okay, I'm going to love this child more than this child. There's nothing like that. Okay. Most times what happens is that a child may not yield to instruction. The other one may yield to instruction. Okay. And by reason of the fact that either of the parents or the both parents, they begin to see that one child is more considerate, more responsible than the other child. That is when the thing begin to drift to, they're like, oh, A, go and do this. And A is being reluctant. They'll say, okay, B, can you go and get this done for me? And B ran and went and to do this stuff. There is no way the parent will keep calling A, knowing fully whether A will say, will be reluctant. So they will want to keep calling B. And before you know what is happening, they begin to get so acquainted to B, and B begin to get more acquainted to them than A. And that is what really caused those preferential treatment of a thing that people label. It does not start with, I want to like this and hate this. No. It began with one being more responsible than the other. And then the parent begin to tilt towards the one that is responsible. And on the long run, you see that one like, oh, that is the favorite. Jacob, their father, did not want to love one than the other.
Yes, sir.
But because Joseph was more responsive, more responsible than the other fellow brothers, then he became the favorite of the father. To the point at which he bought him clothes of many colors. So it boils down to the fact that the child at the beginning, the father does not have any mind of making him a favorite. But because he knew that the only one that will respond to him faster when he gives instruction, the only one that will give him the truth when he asks questions is this boy. Then he yielded to the boy. and it's become as if he is the one that the father loved more than the other. So it does not begin like that. So that's why I'm advising parents, and if you are a child out there, your father, your mother may not have to like you, or does not plan to like you more than your siblings. Maybe because you've not been responsive to whatever they tell you. You've not been adapting to whatever they instruct you on to do, or you've not been yielding to correction. That must have been the reason why it seems as if your parents love a sibling more than the other. So what you have to do to change that is to change your way. Be responsive, be responsible, and whatever they tell you to do, get it done. So parents too, please learn to sit that one that is not responsive. Sit him or her down. Let him or her know why the other one is being given the attention he or she is being given, not because they love him more, but because that one will go fast and respond well on whatever they are telling him or her to do. And this way, you'll be educating them both. And before you know what's happening, that one that was not responsive can turn and become responsive, and then they both all can be responsible for you as parents at your old age.
Thank you so very much, sir. Thank you so very much. Okay, don't forget, like I said the other time, the number to reach us on, if you have any question, is +234 8054 1604. So lastly, I will want to ask this question once again. Sir, as a father, sir, and as a husband, have you at any time find yourself in a corner of, being on the side of a child more than the other? Truthfully now, sir.
Now, it is that is a sensitive question, but what I do majorly is the fact that I study the children around me.
Yes, sir.
I study my kids. I know what to expect from A. I know what to expect from B. So I am not expecting from A what I know A cannot deliver. I am not expecting from B what I know B cannot deliver. So I'm expecting from either of them what they can deliver, what I have studied that they can do. So because where many parents make mistake of having to prefer one than the other is because they have not studied the children themselves. When you study the children you have as parents, you will know that this one is an introvert, this one is an extrovert. So what you will expect the introvert to do is that he will be more calm than the one that is extrovert. So by the time you now see the extrovert making noise, and you're now using extrovert to compare with introvert, then you have not studied them.
Yes, sir.
So you need to study them. You should know that an extrovert will not keep quiet. An extrovert will get to a place, they will know the person has come there. An introvert will be so calm and be so calculative. So when you now begin to compare an extrovert with an introvert, children of yours, then you are being partial. You are not doing the right thing. You are not doing your work as a parent. You are using an extrovert to compare with an introvert, knowing fully well that an introvert will want to talk, an extrovert will not want to talk, but an introvert will be more relaxed and more calculative, and more understanding and more responsible than an extrovert. Because an extrovert want to talk and talk and talk and talk away, but an introvert want to what do we do next? What are we doing next? Put this in order, arrange this, organize this. So parents, you have to observe the children you have. Know their temperaments, know their makeup, then know what to expect from A and what to expect from B. And that way, you won't be partial in your judgment of who they are or treating them as parents.
Wow. Daddy, thank you so very much. Viewers, I hope you have heard. As a parent, like our father have just said, you need to be in agreement to raise godly children. You don't have to be preferential, like our daddy have said. And all this still lies in the wisdom of God. So I advise all parents out there to please apply wisdom. Okay, Daddy, I thank you once again. Thanks for coming, sir.
It's a great privilege.
God bless you, sir.
Thank God.
Okay, viewers, that will be all for now on this series. And until we see, same hour, same time, stay safe and stay blessed.